Welcome to Gravity Marble Racing. This is Aaron Tate.
And this is Richard Gere.
In Lane 1, Team Puffball.
That really sounds yummy.
And now, in Lane 2, from the West Coast is Bay City Roller.
Saturday, am I singing?
And now in Lane 3, it's Numbballs from Michigan.
Ooh, that sounds like it hurts.
In Lane 4, Roundlow.
Did he, eat his whole team?
And we want to thank all of you fans and the 250 million subscribers that watch all of our videos, thanks to my wonderful commentating.
Get ready. There's the green light. Roundlow has an early lead and he clears the creek jump. Here come two Numbballs, right up on his tail. And now we see Puffball, one of them, Bay City Roller, and I think one of the Numbballs is also in the Joker lane. Oh, Roundlow just went into the coal train. He's out. Numbballs has the lead onto runway 3, but here comes one Bay City Roller, two Bay City Roller, and one Puffball. They are chasing Numball and jumping along, and onto the scrambler they go. Bay City Roller takes the lead and gets the win. Numball in second, and Puffball in third.
Let's go back to the instant replay package. Are you marbling? First of all, one of the Puffballs doesn't clear the jump and goes into the creek, but the rest of them make it, although they do some lane swapping. Arlo decides to do the wall ride, and so does Numbskull. There is no drifting in marbles. But as they continue down, watch the overhead view as Roundlow comes and just plops right into the coal train. Numbballs clears it, and Hera, quite a few. Going down, and a second Bay City Roller also went into the coal train. They make it out. Everyone's in chase, but watch how the Bay City Rollers roll up, and so does Puffball, to challenge around the Big U. Here they come, and a couple of them get off the track, as one Puffball and one Numball end up into the grass. This is the key moment as Numball drops on the side, and Bay City Rollerball rolls on by to take the win. Race fans, we're very excited to announce the Bay City Rollers as the winners. Now please tell us, how do you feel?
I feel like slapping you, Aaron.
Sorry, Richard, I'm talking to the marbles.
Not anymore.
Ow! Ooh.
Wake up, Aaron.
Okay. Welcome to the Baja Bouncer Invitational and round 2 of the time trials.
Aaron, what in the world were you dreaming about?
I'll tell you later. The next 16 are about to hit the track. On the outside is Arlo, and on the inside is Sean with Midwest Diecast Racing.
Okay, I'll take it from here, Aaron. The lights are green, and off they go. Arlo has a slight lead, and as they are making their way through the snow, both drivers look very competitive here. Arlo's overdrifted a little bit on Mesa Butte, but nice recovery. And back jumping over the train. He's got the lead so far. Here comes Sean. But Arlo's got good speed, and down around the Big U he goes. The backup timer is operating because he did not trigger it, but it doesn't matter. Well, that's a wonderful time, 23.99. Now here's the second race. Arlo's on the inside and Sean on the outside. Once again, the backup timer has to run. Oh, and Sean tips it over on the side through the snow. Maybe Arlo is able to improve on his time. Let's see how he does. He's coming around quite well on the Joker lane this time, ladies and gentlemen. Good transition onto runway 3, and look at that wonderful straight line, and around the Big U, he is really slingshotting his way through, straight down the scrambler, and a 23.39.
Wow, if our real timer had been working, he might have set a record.
Meanwhile, Sean's got a last chance down the main lane. Let's hope that he can make it. Oh, we got slowed up a bit. That was kind of a freak little tweak. Yes, it was. Nice drift. Oh, but he does spin backwards, and what seemed to be a good start at drifting. Slowed up a bit. Come on, Sean. Oh, and now he's on his side. Wow. Looks like there's some problems, stability problems. Could be those two metal tires on the back. And maybe he ought to consider, he might want to think about, if you remember, folks, from the first time trial, there's the opportunity. It will cost you 3 points during the racing, the group racing, but you can have the host, that's right, GTR, come in and modify your... come in and modify the truck to make you more competitive, and you just might win it all. Come on, Sean, let's make it down. He's bumping his way through the scrambler, but coming in at 29.127.
So after Sean and Arlo have finished their time trials, Arlo is now the pole sitter.
All right, who do we have next? We have Johnny Smoke on the outside lane with SST Diecast, and next to him is Sneaky Bob with Vapor Racing. start, and actually both trucks are looking quite competitive. So far so good as Johnny Smoke drifts onto the Mesa Butte. Very nicely done. Now that's going to put him in the lead. Look how smooth he looks coming around the S-turns. Sneaky Bob is back there. Oh, Sneaky Bob, it seemed like he was going to gain, but now he's spun around. Johnny Smoke is spinning around and backing in. And he has a nice time.
Richard, we're going to review the finish because it appears that the timer did not stop when it should have. You see, it's a little late. We'll go ahead and keep that time for now.
That sounds like a good plan. So here is race number 2, and now Johnny's on the inside. Sneaky Bob will be taking the drift onto Mesa Butte. Again, both drivers looking good. Johnny Smoke pulls out a little bit into the lead down the Joker lane. Oh, what a hard hit, but Sneaky Bob just catapulted himself way into the lead with that. And now coming around the Big U, down the Scrambler, Sneaky Bob comes through and Johnny Smoke just crashed.
That was an excellent time by both racers. Now, the judges will review Johnny Smoke's time and see what the backup timer says. Meanwhile, let's move on.
All right, and here we have Ross Rodden, all the way from Australia, on the outside lane, and Janabi from Janabi Racing in Colorado, which is where we are. Once again, look at that. Nice, even, competitive racing. Ross Rodden takes the drift lane. Look at that beautiful drift. I'll tell you what, though, Janabi has got some good speed going. He's got the lead currently and coming down first onto runway 3. Ooh, nice maneuver by Ross Rodden as he takes the lead around the Big U and coming down the Scrambler. Crashes through the finish line with a beautiful time. And it's good to see Janabi finish as well. Let's go back up to the top and watch as both racers have switched lanes. Janabi has a nice start. He's in the lead going on. Oh, right over the top and into the outside lane. That is quite a freak accident on his part. Let's see how Ross Rodden does as he is trying to up his current time, 25.479. Oh, that's going to slow him down. He is making his way around the Big U, but I think his first time will stand as is. Although he has good control down the Scrambler backwards. Let's go to this last chance. The last chance for Janabi. There's the green light, and now he is in the drift lane, which is the shorter of the two. And if they have a good drift, they can really capitalize. Oh no, Janabi has overdrifted. This will be his last chance down the Joker lane, which is a bit longer.
And we want to remind you, builders, you have the opportunity. If you don't like the way your Baja Bouncer is handling on Shavano Mountain Raceway, you can phone a friend. That friend is GTR, and we will, for the cost of 3 points in group racing, take a look at your Baja Bouncer and make improvements to make you competitive.
We've had a couple of builders take us up on the offer as we watch Janabi pivot around and come through the finish line, 27.537. That's not too bad.
After the third group of racers have gone down the track, Ross Rodden is looking quite good. Janabi's right there in the middle as well.
Here we have the fourth group of the 8, with Puff on the outside lane from Puff's Racing and Lucas from EP Videos on the inside. And the light is green. Here they go. Oh, here they go, and there they went as Puff tried to, it looked like he almost tried to change lanes, and Lucas had nothing to do with that. Meanwhile, Lucas is looking good. He's maneuvering his way onto runway 3. Hold it. There, he held it well. And now he's coming around. Oh! He is backwards around the Big U. It looks like he got caught up on the side rail. Now he's coming down and backing his way through with a 28-second time. Here is the second time trial. Now we have Puff on the inside lane, Lucas on the outside. Oh no, both of them get stuck in the snow. Well, that's it for Lucas. He got his time. Now Puff, in the main lane. Let's see how he handles everything. Oh! And he rode right up into the snow around that difficult part, that right turn. So this is Puff's last chance. He's in the main lane. And he's bouncing around. Now, we saw this before. Those two metal tires on the back of the truck. That makes the truck a little bit, that was a nice drift, but that makes the truck a little bit tail heavy. A little bit too much for this track. Oh, wow. Puff is still in it, though. Let's see if he's going to finish. Okay, he's coming around the big U, but you can see where the tires knock the truck out of balance. He's going to come through a 33-second time.
All right, Puff. It's time for you to phone a friend in GTR, and we'll be happy to look at your truck for you. EP, Videos is near the middle.
Race fans, you are looking at Strike on the outside lane with the Essex boys. Papa Pugsley with Manchild Motorsports out there in Iowa. On the inside lane, that's a nice race so far. Papa pulls out in the lead down the Joker lane. Essex boys drifting. Good drift. He is looking strong over the jump. Both are looking quite smooth. There comes Papa Pugsley, but Essex boys has the lead. He pulls to the right side of the runway, and that was smart because he held off Papa. Oh no, Papa has found himself stuck over the rail in the big U, and coming through with a 25-second time is the Essex boys. This is time trial number 2. Papa Pugsley's on the outside. The light is green. Papa has a lead. He's stretching it out there. Oh, nope, he got slowed up, and Essex boys is going to catch him. Papa Pugsley has a good drift. There's the Essex boys, but Papa seems to be holding a lead. He's coming around onto the runway first. Here comes Strike. It's very competitive around the big U. It looks like Strike got slowed up a little bit. Impressive as Papa Pugsley backs in, and Strike is going to finish. Both drivers finish both times.
They sure do. I know that they're happy to see how well their bouncers behaved and did on the track with good times.
This is going to be an interesting one here, as on the outside we have Mr. Dark from Oklahoma and Daddy G. G4 Diecast on the inside. Oh no, Mr. Dark slid on his side right away. And Daddy G is going down the Joker lane. Things are looking quite good for him so far. Through the Flinthead Tunnel. Slowed up a little bit on the sharp right turn, but look how smooth he looks going down the runway. Nice job as he makes his way around the big U. Here he comes onto the scrambler. He's going to spin through with a 26.9 second run. Now Mr. Dark is on the inside. Let's see how he does. Daddy G on the outside. Daddy G with a slight lead. Mr. Dark is hanging in there. That's a nice drift. He's pulling it through. Oh no! And Daddy G is stuck. Wow, we don't see that happen very often. Here comes Mr. Dark and around the sharp right turn. Onto runway 3. Uh-oh, he got a little out of control at the end of the runway. Here he comes down onto the scrambler, and he's going to fall short. I wonder if that suspension is just a little too tight. Now he will get a last chance here on the Joker lane. Let's watch him. He had problems last time, and he has the same issue to the left. So let's take a look in slow motion. Coming right down on the left side of the snowbank. With such a beautiful truck, it's unfortunate that we're seeing some problems. He's going down the Joker lane. This will be his last chance. Okay, he clears the creek jump. And now, making his way around the Joker lane.
It's a real balancing act for the builders to come up with a suspension that is able to navigate all the way down Shavano Mountain.
Oh, Mr. Dark gets spun around, but he's still going.
As I was saying, you have to have a little suspension, but you want to be fast.
Let's see how he does on the scrambler. Wow, 1.5 two-time roll, but he does make it through. And that's a 31-second time.
Mr. Dark will have the option to improve his truck if he chooses, and G4 Diecast finds himself right about in the middle.
And race fans, it's wonderful to have you staying with us as you continue to watch the time trials. On the outside is Mark D from Cut Rocker in Australia, and Marco Polo on the inside. Marco Polo is pulling out into the lead. Marco Polo resides in Texas. Cut Rocker, Mark D has a nice drift, and I think he's pulling out in the lead. We do not see Marco Polo. Mark D is looking quite smooth. That truck seems to be well balanced. Let's see how he handles the scrambler, and look at him come on through a sub-24 time. Good to see Marco Polo finish as well. Now this is time trial number 2 with Marco Polo on the outside main lane and Cut Rocker on the inside. That is Mark D. Oh, Mark D just flipped it over coming off the undulation in the snow, and now Marco Polo is backwards. The backup timer is running, so we know he finishes. He's handling the runway very well and coming around the big U. Sometimes it's good to see how well the truck handles in both directions, and look at that. 25.72, he was past the finish line, so they're rounding it down to 25.71, and Cut Rocker is in third. Race fans, this is the final group. The final group of the time trials. We will have 32 competitors ready to be slotted into their group races. On the outside is Numbskull, and there on the inside is Bay City Daryl. Numbskull with a slight lead. Bay City Daryl launches his way down the Joker lane, and Numbskull is backwards. This is going to be interesting as they come through, and Bay City Daryl pops up, but Numbskull has the lead down runway 3. Is he going to hold it together? Around the Big U, he's got the lead. Bay City Daryl is back there. Numbskull is trying to reset himself, but he comes through in 26.6, and oh, Bay City Daryl has just toppled over. Bay City Daryl is now in the main lane. Numbskull is closest to us. Well, these trucks are looking good through the snow. Bay City, oh, he's having a little trouble, and he's stuck now on the Mesa Butte exit as Numbskull pulls onto runway 3. Maybe Numbskull can improve on his time. It's good to see that truck handling well. Look at him come down and through 25.759. That is an improvement on his time. This is the last chance in the main lane for Bay City Daryl. As we watch him come down, oh my goodness. His right side kicked out over that little jump, and he got his tire stuck in the ridge of snow. From the Joker lane. Now the backup timer is running, so the good news is Daryl finished. And the bad news is our timer doesn't do a very good job. Well, we'll just have to live with it for now as he comes around through the Flinthead Tunnel. And he's making his way down the runway. So far, so good. Their control seems to be there. Maybe he just got unlucky, and look at that. What a way to finish with a 25.72 time. Race fans, the time trials are complete. Numbskull and Bay City have found themselves firmly established on the first board. Now, if any of the builders take us up on improvements, that won't change how the group races fall out. Next time we see you will be the first of 8 group races.
Are you tracking?